Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanius here. Welcome to episode number 1 of this NHL 24 Draft to Glory franchise mode here with the Newfoundland Growlers. Yes, that is what the template, the thumbnail, and everything is showing here for who we're going to be using. That was the winning vote. I need to actually go and just check how badly that one vote won by, because you guys were all over the Newfoundland Growlers here. It wasn't even remotely close. The Growlers had like 50% of 153 votes. So, with that in mind, this is the long-awaited series that many viewers have been waiting for here by the sounds of it. But we're going to be starting off doing a 33-team expansion, custom roster, and everything. And we're going to be using, of course, the custom roster. So, let's get to it. Of course, we're going to select a team here. Probably one of the longer parts of this first episode is actually going to be going through and just creating our AHL affiliate here. That's going to take a few minutes, but fortunately I did go in and save the color of the light brownish kind of color that the Growlers use, because of course we're going to have that on this Huskies logo as well. We're going to bring back the Halifax Huskies. And hello, Knights. Welcome to the stream. Whoever else is in here, I wouldn't mind a little hello in the chat kind of thing. Just let us know you're there. But yeah, let's get to it here. So the team colors are obviously going to be, we're using this brown. I don't know why I have yellow and pink saved as my other colors, but we do. I selected the wrong one. Okay. That one. And then black, and then, of course, white will be the last color. And there we are. Yeah, the Growlers series. Yes, Braden, I absolutely agree. The Growlers series in 2022 or on NHL 22 was awesome. That's kind of what we're trying to reenact here, is bring that series back, because it was such a fun time. It was such a success. So that is absolutely what we're going for with this. And it's really more just a matter of, you know, the Growlers got or are getting disbanded or kicked out of the ECHL, so they're not actually going to exist in the game after this year. So it's like, okay, this is kind of our last chance to really get it done here. So gotta get Swayman if he's available. So here's where it's going to get fun, because, well, it might not be your guys' definition of fun, to be completely honest, but we have rules to play by here for this save. So let's get into that quickly, because this is going to take a little while to just go through and explain. But let's finish the setup first, and then once we're actually in the save, then we can do that. So the division realignment, obviously, the Newfoundland Growlers are going to be... I did not want to substitute a team. That was wrong. Okay, so obviously the Newfoundland Growlers are going to be in the Atlantic Division. That just makes the most sense. So yeah, we'll be playing in there. That's going to be a tricky division, but I mean, should be a good time as well. I think a lot of those teams are older, so it's not going to take quite as long to really get good. We are going to play with owner mode on. I find it just a little bit more immersive, a little bit more fun in these situations and scenarios like this. And then Seattle's going to be exempt from the draft. We're not going to make them give up a player. We probably should, because they're already a year in. You know what? I kind of feel like not giving Seattle a break here today, because they got a lot of good players in their draft. So we are going to make Seattle give us a player, because there are quite a few decent undrafted players on the Seattle Kraken. So we will get to that in just a minute as to why I am talking about undrafted players. We're going to put trade difficulty on hard. Obviously, that's going to affect a lot of things. Auto scouting is going to be, we're not going to do any auto scouting. We are only going to be doing manual scouting in this, because it's draft to glory. So as far as the advanced settings go, head coach is editing lines. Yes, that's fine. We're going to keep all of this set the way it is. We're not going to add a contract year, and I'm not going to do morale meetings. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for what we need there. As far as gameplay sliders go, we're going to be simulating a lot. So we're going to crank injuries right down. We're going to go 10% and 25% for CPU and human injuries. We're also going to bump attribute effects up to 7. And I think that's it. Let's see, anything else? Well, it doesn't really matter because like all of this doesn't matter because I'm not going to be playing in games, and we will get to that rule in just a moment too. But that is it for the actual setup. So let's get to it. There's probably going to be some kind of error in my roster editing. I'm sure there will be. And it said, are you going to play with head coach lines on? No, we're not. I must have left that unchecked by accident there, Arvid. But yeah, let's get into this. Before we actually do the whole draft and everything else, let's see what the draft class is looking like here. Ooh, and there's a franchise player immediately. Okay, so this guy is absolutely computer generated. I've never seen him. Ooh, Matthias Hjalmarsson looks good too, but there's actually a decent top 5 here this year, which normally doesn't happen on your first kind of redraft setup. But yeah, oh my god, Oleg Vasilyev would be an absolutely fabulous start if we won the lottery. I doubt we will, but you never know. Ooh, there's a decent goalie there too in Clint Chan. Okay, this is a very interesting start to the draft, just simply as far as there are players ready here. I gotta go and actually look at the draft class quality too, like what my slider is on there. Because if we have that too high the first like 3 years, we're just gonna have way too many good players. You'll get in that 3 to 5 range. I'm hoping so, but we'll see. Sometimes I've fallen to 6 before in drafted glories, so. Alright, let's just check out these other rules here. I don't know why it didn't. I think it's because it's the expansion setup where it won't let you like change a whole bunch of these settings. Like I want to go fully healed. I don't want head coach editing lines, and yeah, like it doesn't allow me to change that in the initial setup. So now that we're good to go, like my god, if we got, oh my, I would be really excited for Vasilyev, except for the fact that I doubt we're going to get him. Plus, this is the 2023 draft, meaning the Chicago Blackhawks might end up with 2 franchise players here. So before we go any further, it's time for rules. It's time for the big, bad draft to glory rules that we need to get to. So let's get through it, guys. This isn't going to take too long. I actually have a nice little slideshow set up. So here we go. These are going to be the 5 rules that we actually play by in draft to glory. So rule number 1 is that, of course, at the expansion draft, we can only draft either undrafted expansion players, or we must draft the worst player available from each team if they're not actually an undrafted guy. And we have a Nigel feature already, just 20 minutes into the stream. Beautiful. Hello, Nigel. Hello. Okay. So that's rule number 1. If we stick to that, that means we are playing this draft to glory correctly. All right. Rule number 2 is that we can only acquire players one of 2 ways. One is going to be through the draft, obviously, and the other way is going to be through undrafted free agents. So if there are any undrafted free agent players that actually make it to free agency, so say Trevor Moore makes it to free agency, we can actually sign him. He's one of the few players that we can sign. We have a very small short list of undrafted NHLers, and the best one on that list is probably Artemi Panarin, who is signed to like a 6-year deal still or something like that. So that is rule number 2. As far as rule number 3 goes, we're only able to acquire other teams' picks through RFA offer sheets. In other words, no trades. We can't go and trade for other teams' picks. That's just not how this series is going to work. Rule number 4 is that we are not allowed to edit our players' X factors. So that's a different one this year. We must allow them to grow naturally, because they actually do grow naturally in NHL 24. That's one of the few franchise mode features that is actually very good, is that players X factors update as they grow and get better and become more impactful. Oh my goodness, we got a Stanley too. Both cats are just ready to go. Okay. All right, and then our final rule for Draft to Glory is that we cannot jump in to play any games. Every single game in this series must be either simulated or we can spectate and coach in playoff games as needed. So that is it for the rules. Those are our big 5 rules, and now we are ready to go. So let me get that little slideshow off the screen. What do you guys think about the rules? Do you think those are all fair? Do you think we need to change something up? Let me know in the chat, of course. But without further ado, let's advance a day or two here and see if we win a lottery here. And nothing yet. Obviously, it's going to take another day or two. And I don't even know if we're going to get it. Oh my god, we did. No way. Let's go. Right off the bat, we're going to get a franchise player. He's tiny. Oleg Vasilyev is tiny. But who cares? He's a franchise player. Let's go. Oh my god, I can't remember the last time I won a Draft to Glory or just an expansion draft lottery. It has probably been like 10 saves, maybe longer. Oh my goodness, okay. Well, that's... Let's go, Oleg Vasilyev. Oh my god, okay. That's sweet. That is so nice. I can't believe we actually, like, look at this guy. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. We just landed this guy. Are you kidding me? Like, this is the most computer-generated player you've probably ever seen. He plays like Gretzky, so he's probably going to sim like absolute garbage. But, I mean, if he's got a zone ability already, I am not going to complain. So, that... My god. Okay, Oleg Vasilyev is probably going to be our face of the franchise. There is a very good chance of that. I'm just going to make sure my cat doesn't rip down a curtain here. Okay, here we go. Oh, now, yeah, okay. Now you're being a turkey, Nigel. He's just being attention-seeking. You never doubted the lottery? Okay, Real Divinity, yeah. Well, we will prove you wrong. Just make sure you watch enough streams. But yeah, we've got lots of pick opportunities. I just can't believe how many goalies are high up. Normally the goalies fall a little bit farther in this draft, in this like redraft kind of setup. So we have snagged a Nigel. He's being a little turkey, so he's gonna get some lap time here. Okay, so besides Oleg Vasilyev, we're probably not going to land a whole ton of... Ooh, actually, maybe we will. Maybe we will. We might land some good picks. We might land some really bad picks. You never really know until the picks are made. But Ralph Delorme might be decent. We're really going to be grasping at straws on these picks because there is going to be minimal amounts of opportunities for players to really be good in this first draft. Like, we're pretty much only going to be taking like American and Russian born players in the first one. Did we really never get a first overall pick, Hockey Visuals? I feel like I thought we did. I guess you're right. Yeah, I don't know if we ever actually won a first overall pick in our NHL 22 Growlers Draft to Glory series. You might be right. Like, I genuinely don't think we did get a number 1 overall pick. So, off to not a much better start necessarily, off to a much different start than what we've had in the past. And maybe that will be the difference in whether we win a cup or not. You never know. So, yeah, as I continue on just through spamming through this draft class, I didn't get any first one. That's crazy. I could have sworn I got one. I guess not. Yeah, like I'm thinking about it, and yeah, I don't think we actually did. But that Asher McGinnis guy actually kind of looks okay. Keaton Dowhaniuk's available. Oh my goodness. Okay, we might draft him too, even if he's not crazy high potential or anything. And you can tell which players aren't actually real players, guys that we might have a chance of getting some real potential out of for a computer-generated draft. Like, there's going to be a few guys. There's not going to be a ton, but I think that's probably about as far as we need to go for our picks. So, yeah, we've got like a dozen or so guys that could maybe be good, and we'll have to just kind of sit back and wait and see. Because, yeah, this first draft is going to be a complete crapshoot. I have no idea who any of the prospects are. So, guys, just before we actually get into this, we got 9 viewers going. Let's go. Let's go, guys. This is a great start here. But just before we actually get into this, I am just going to flip over quickly for you guys. First off, I need to make a copy of my spreadsheet. So, over to Drive, and then, what is this thing called? Okay, I gotta find the expansion draft template in here somewhere. Let's see if I can actually find it. There we go. All right, make a copy. Oh my goodness, I am still waking up. I gotta drink more coffee, obviously. Okay. There we go. All right, so I am going to show you guys my spreadsheet in just a moment because it has turned out, it just looks fabulous. But we're going to go Newfoundland Growlers franchise tracker. All right, so we are almost ready to go. You guys have probably seen my spreadsheet before. I'm just going to flip over screens here quickly. And drink water, wakes your organs up better. I got water too, don't worry. The coffee's more just for my mental state. Organs I'm not as concerned about at the moment, first thing in the morning at least. But I got you, Real Dominik. I got you. We're going to stay hydrated. Drink water. Right? Okay, so anyways, guys, I'm just going to flip over here really quickly to this one. And boom, there we go. Okay, let's F11 that. Here is the spreadsheet that we are going to be using for this entire save. Everything is super, what's the word I'm looking for here? Everything is super detailed, super pinned. As you can see, every single one of these clicks on here has some kind of formula and link, meaning that we just essentially punch in everything on these other sheets like these ones, and then things are ready to go. So, first things first, we actually need to do, this redraft section is going to have 7 picks. Of course, we somehow managed to land the first overall pick, which is absolutely hilarious. No idea how we did that, but Oleg Vasiliev is going to be very good. So if you guys want access to this sheet, or this type of spreadsheet, because, you know, we've even got like the Huskies in here and stuff, and there's tons of other teams too, obviously, any of your AHL teams and of course, NHL teams that you would like in here can be in here. We even have, like, a bunch of not completed ones as far as Alaska Grizzlies go. The Hartford Whalers are actually in here. So there's, like, tons of opportunity for you to play through and adjust everything, even if we go... I am realizing now, I'm pretty sure I'm missing a formula in the conditional formatting here, so that is going to be fun because we're going to have to add that pretty much every single year. Yeah, we are. Okay. Like this, add another rule, Newfoundland, change the color to that one, and boom. Alright, so now if we go NFT, Newfoundland, we get the little color and everything on it, and then, okay. So that is all ready to go. Super simple spreadsheet overall. That's how we're going to be using this. And then, of course, we are going to track all of the AHL, NHL scoring and goalies and everything. And then the awards actually do automatic updates too on here, so we will be able to use that too. But yeah, if you guys want a copy of this sheet, let me know, because it is just super powerful for tracking your franchise mode. So that's what we're going to be using. And then, of course, we are going to be building out our team with our cup-winning roster planner here. eventually. And of course, we got the big piece here. Oleg Vasilyev is going to slot in on that top left wing. So that is a very good start to this. So let's get back to the live stream here. And we should be rocking here on the draft in just a minute, because this is really going to be the first step of the franchise mode once we get moving. But we actually have to do the expansion draft first, which is going to take quite a bit longer. So let's advance here. We have to actually make our picks, but oh my god, I'm so excited for Oleg Vasilyev. We're going to be so ready to go. So let's get to this. Of course, Seattle has a pick, but I am just going to start kind of not spamming through here, but we're just going to be looking for as many undrafted players as we possibly can, simply because that is part of the rules. So we've got Andrew Agozzino, Ross Johnston. Ross Johnston might not be bad, actually. I remember having to pick so many worse players in this. We did not get to be fair, why is Jonathan Marchesseault a two-way forward? But, like, we had to pick way more worse players than this the last time we did a draft to glory. So there you have it. That is a heck of a draft. I am super happy with how that turned out. So there are our picks. An absolutely fabulous expansion draft here. We nailed those picks, honestly. Like, I'm super happy with that. I'm just going to grab my face cam and shrink it here a little bit. I think I actually locked my face cam. Beautiful. Hopefully I'm not too small there. Plus we get first overall. Exactly. So it is going to be, that is a hell of a draft to glory team. Like, I cannot remember the last time that we got that many good free agents off of an expansion draft. And obviously, there's guys like Jeremy Swayman and Jake Getzel that are available there, but not super accurate either necessarily. All right, guys. So without further ado, we are going to get to the actual 2023 NHL Redraft, where we are going to see a player by the name of not Connor Bedard go first overall, which, you know what? Fair enough. Oleg Vasilyev is going to be a fun one to say for years and years to come. That's actually not the toughest name ever, so I'm okay with that. This team might actually make the playoffs. Let's do this. Yeah, I think we have a shot for sure. I mean, you never know. You never know. We could just be the next big expansion team for all we know. I'm clearing all of these trade things so that we don't have to deal with trade requests and stuff like that. Oh, that's a first round pick on. Okay. Awesome. All right. Yeah, you know what? We could do this. We could at least end up with Oleg Vasilyev becoming a super good player right off the bat. That's definitely what we're going for. And you know what? Just because it's taken a whole bunch of hard work to get to this point, guys, I am going to save the file right here because I don't want to lose progress. I have lost progress way too many times this year in NHL 24. So we're going to just save it nice and quickly there before we jump in. And then I'm not going to disappear here necessarily, but we had 20 viewers on it one time. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I just realized that we just had more than 20 people on the stream at once. That's crazy. So welcome all. Welcome whoever's actually here watching. I appreciate you being here. I know it's a fairly early stream, so maybe we start doing them earlier if more people can watch. But yeah, without further ado here, really, we are going to get to this draft. I want to look through the draft class one more time before we go. Obviously, winning the number one pick on our first ever franchise mode live stream is about as good as we can get. I really, really cannot be too much pickier about that. Like, it was just a great start. So this first video is going to get a little bit long, just simply because we had to do the expansion draft and everything like that. But now that we get to do the 2023 redraft here, this is going to be a huge portion of our team's success here. But let's just take a look at everybody else that's available here and who we might get a shot at picking. Ralph Delorme is probably one of those guys. We'll see. Pablo Rodney. Like, who knows? I'm not certain who we're going to be taking here yet. There's a Donovan Iginla in there, so that could turn into, Jerome Iginla's nephew or something like that. You never know. And I don't know, like, Aiden McLennan looks pretty good too. He's another small winger, but Morning lives would be something to wake up to for this. Love that comment, Real Divinity. Appreciate it. Yeah, I've got a whole day planned after this stream, so that's why we're doing it so early. But without further ado, let's get to the draft. And of course, we've got the number 1 pick. I don't think we really don't need to hesitate here. I'm just going to make this pick. So, how good do you think Vasiliev's going to be? I think he's going to be over 80 rated for sure with that many A pluses. I think he might even be over 82 rated. So, here we go. Oleg Vasiliev, the first ever pick in Newfoundland Growlers draft history here. And he is 82 exactly. What a player. Oh my goodness. And, okay, he's got wheels, and it's tricky. Interesting X factors to start. And, okay, number 42. Bit of an interesting number. Shout out to 1T Glory with his series. Oh, look at that. Yeah, Real Divinity absolutely picked that one out. Went exactly 82 right before we made the pick. Nice. But shout out to 1T Glory and his Mark Anthony Be a Pros all the time, where he always wears number 42. But yeah, Oleg Vasiliev is our first ever pick. I am just going to hit offer trade here to view how many... what's the word I'm looking for? We're going to hit offer trade just to view where our picks have landed apart from pick 1. Because, yeah, obviously Vasiliev's the best player available. So, all right, we got pick 36, 69, 102, 135, 168, and 201. All right, so you guys are going to hear me kind of clicking around here just a little bit because we have to do this to actually track our players. It's the only way that we can track players properly on here. And that's not the right button. There we go. Oleg Vasiliev, first ever player. Man, he's going to be good. I am so excited for this. Vasiliev, medium franchise player. Oh my goodness, he's going to be so nice. Plus 82 overall is probably one of the highest overall players we've ever drafted in a Draft to Glory Series 2, and he's out of Belarus by the looks of it, so he's not quite a Russian guy, but, you know, close enough. All right, so let's sim these other kind of top picks here. Oh my goodness, Kolosov is nice with it. Chicago's stuck all the way back at 5. Kolosov's a very nice defenseman, man. Montreal's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Fiddler's also 80 rated, and then the Blackhawks get Lindsay as a playmaker, who's 79 overall. Okay, so let's see how some more of these picks turn out, because there were a lot of good players in here. Yeah, look at this. This is a crazy good start. I don't think I bumped draft class quality down, so we're going to have to do that for the first few years. Otherwise, we're just going to be overrun with talent. Kostitsyn's sick. Oh my goodness, Chan's also really nice. Okay, so we're going to sim over to 36 now. View the rest of the first round and the start of the second round here, so not super great potential to start off round 2. But after Chan, there was... Okay, Noah Valley was good. Tarasov was an elite goalie. Anybody else? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so that is it for round 1. As far as round 2 goes here, guys, who are we going for? Are we going for Maxim Mikhnov? Are we going for Ralph Delorme? Are we going for Aiden McLennan? Let me know in the chat, because this is really going to be the chat's pick here. But yeah, I do not know who we're taking here. This one's going to be tricky. Do we go for one of the goalies here? Do we go for another small winger? Delorme? Okay. Delorme, McLennan. Okay, we're getting a combo. Draft class quality should be low, and prospect generated should be medium. Okay, we got another Delorme there. Okay. Need a goalie for the future. Okay, we'll take the risk on Delorme. If he's not good, it is what it is. Nobody actually knows yet. So, yeah, Hockey Visual saying we need a goalie for the future. I could agree with that. Real Divinity also said Delorme there. So, sorry, Anderson family. I want to take McLennan. He's probably going to be the better pick at the end of the day. But we do need a goalie over another undersized winger to start things off here. So, we will go with Ralph Delorme and hope and pray he's elite. And okay, he's a starter. Not bad. That could have been a much worse pick. So we will absolutely take that one and run with it. Or sorry, I'm saying Delorme. It's Delmore. My goodness. Mornings. Okay, so 47 overall. He's not huge, but that is okay. And, 47 overall is kind of what you expect from drafts like this. And he's an American player. All right, so not a bad start here. Over to pick 69 now. And let's see how good McLennan was. He was probably the next pick, or one of the next picks. Ooh, yeah, we dodged a bullet there. I mean, actually, Mikanov would have been the best pick out of those three. But yeah, McLennan was a low top 6, which is kind of what I've come to expect. And yet, we should have taken Hugo Havlin. That would have been the pick, but that is all good. I forgot he actually existed in here. McGrath was good. Medium top 6 player there. But yeah, just to go back to the chat comment there a little bit earlier, not a bust at least. 47 is atrocious though. Yeah, but he'll probably grow quickly if he's that low rating. I am just going to go back and kind of highlight Real Divinity's comment. They're saying that draft class quality should be on low and draft prospect quality should be on medium, which is what we're going to do. We're going to do that because I have so many creative players for the first 3 years. After that, then we can bump it back up. Okay, and we are on to our next pick here at 69. So we've got 3 players to choose from here, at least 3 players I'm going to let you guys choose from. Well, actually, there's quite a few, actually, now that I'm looking at it. So we've got these 4 here. We're not taking Gazazov because he always turns out to be bad potential. But we could take Scott Derrickson as a center. We could take Ruslan Denisov as a center. We could take Jaden Harvey or Dale Sumal as wingers on the right side, or we could take Sergei Shishkinov in the middle. So, out of those picks, let's see. If I see a name twice from 2 separate people out of those 5, then we'll pick them. I'm kind of leaning towards Shishkinov because he's a 3-year ETA. I just don't know how good his potential is going to be, but again, I need your guys' input here as well. This is why we get the chat rolling. So, let me know who you want, because they will become a Newfoundland Growler at some point. After that, okay, we got a Sumo pick there from Anderson family, Shishkinov from Real Divinity. All right, anybody else? Anybody else in the comments? I would love the feedback. Sumo's 6'1". He's 5'11". Are you talking about, okay, we got a second Shishkinov there from Zipzik. Welcome, Zipzik. Welcome to the chat, at least, as far as joining in on the conversation. That's what we love. And yeah, Shishkinov's a little bit undersized as well, but I've seen his name more than once, so we're going to go with him. I wish I could do little polls in the chat. I don't think I can. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like I can do that. So that's all good. But we will take Sergei Shishkinov here before I run out of time, because I am pretty much running out of time here now. And low bottom 6. Okay, well, that was bound to happen at some point based on how this draft has gone. But Sergei Shishkinov was the pick, and he was the wrong pick. That is all good, though, guys. It happens, and you know what? I mean, we were due. We were due for not a fabulous pick at some point, but he's 62 overall. You never know; he might end up being an AHL legend or something. He is actually 62 overall as well, which isn't horrible. And yeah, he was also a Belarusian player, so. All right, over to pick number 102 now. Ooh, yes, Owie is correct. We very likely missed out on some good players here. Let's see. Let's just slowly put ourselves through the pain here as we get past. Okay, Prokhorkin would have been decent. Sumal was a medium bottom 6 as well. Anybody else that's really bad? Is there anybody that's good is really more so the question. Harvey, who was bottom 6. Denisov was bottom 6. Oh my goodness. Derrickson was bottom 6. Okay, never mind. Maybe Gazazov was actually the best potential there. Oh lord. Oh lord, we are going to be in for it if that is how the rest of this draft is going to go. Alright, any steals in here? Oh no, Komentov would have been the pick. Okay. Well, It's okay. It happens. Just cry for me, guys, because I can't cry live on... I mean, I could. I could cry live on the stream after those picks, but... Simon Terraneo, I do not recognize, plus he's Swiss. I wonder if he's actually a real created player or not. We can't go... I'm not going with Halifax because he's a real player. I kind of get the feeling Casey Henderson's going to be good, though. I don't know why. I just have that feeling. Versus Salcido. How do you say that name? Isaiah Salcido is how I'm going to say it. But Salcido's probably going to be good. Passy Levo might be good. And then, yeah, we got like Lizen as a potential option. McGinnis. I mean, most of these picks probably aren't going to hit, but you never know. And yeah, we got Aronson, Nagimla, Ott, Reki. Yeah, okay. I think this one, I'm gonna get a whole lot of Russians, and the second pronunciation is right for Salcido. Salcido. Well, yeah, Salcido doesn't sound good. So, you never know. Even a guy like Zigomanis could be really good. But yeah, I think we're gonna go with Isaiah Salcido here. I'm not really gonna wait on this one too much. I just have that feeling that he's actually gonna be good. So we'll just get all the stats in here. He's a right winger, probably gonna be a playmaker again. 6 foot 184, which 6 foot 184 is actually a pretty decent size for these players. So we will take him, and low bottom 6 again. Ouch. All right, well, it's going to happen because we don't have the scouting yet. That is going to be probably the first part of the next stream that we do. Oh, yeah, no, let's not auto-draft everything. Okay. And let's see. Did we miss out on anybody? More than likely. There's a lot of picks afterwards that are available. Good. Branson was pretty good. Bacchus was... Wow, this is such low quality after, the top 5 or so. All right. Our next options coming up here. We've got a few different names. So we could go with Isaiah Hedekin. We could go with Malik Hronik. We could go with Braden Dexter. We could go with probably Pavel Lizen. I mean, we'll see. Like you guys were saying, take all the Russian names. Or Asher McGinnis, of course, is another option. So, let's see. Who are you guys thinking? Let's narrow it down to either McGinnis. We could go with Dalhaniuk. That's a potential option as well as a D-man. I mean, he's at 165, so there is a chance we actually get him with our next pick. Not guaranteed, but there is a chance. So yeah, either Pavel Lizen, Asher McGinnis, or Keaton Dalhaniuk. Let me know out of those 3, who do you guys want to see? Apologies, guys. I'm still not entirely awake. All right, we got Lizen for 1 in the chat. That's probably going to be the pick, honestly. But McGinnis from Real Divinity. All right, taking another risk with the center, potentially. Okay. Anybody else? Watch this Vorobev guy be like a medium elite somehow, even though he looks like a fringe goal. Well, actually, no, the best he could be is a medium starter. But all right, we got 1 Lizen, we got 1 McGinnis. Anybody else want to break the tie between those 2? Because at least we know Lizen is guaranteed a 4-year ETA out of everything. All right, chat, come on. Anybody else? Anybody else in there? Who are we drafting here with this next pick? We're at pick 135. I'm actually realizing now the little subscriber bar, like the overlay bar, is directly in the way of our pick timer. There we go. That's better. That is much better, because, yeah, you guys can see we're kind of running out of time here. I might have to actually call a timeout. There we go. Okay, finally a decision breaker. We get the Lizen pick there from Hockey Visuals. Thank you, sir. I would assume it's Sir. I might be wrong, but oh man, it's one of these drafts. Okay, well, at least we're getting a top player. That's about all we can look at. How many? That's 3 low bottom 6 players in a row now. That is rough. I cannot remember the last time we had that many bad picks in a row, but and unfortunately, yeah, the Ukrainian there, Pavel Lizin, does not turn out, so we will simulate over to pick 168 now and look at our potential blunders. Oh, Dexter would have been nice. Vorobyev would have been nice. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, Boynton was okay. See, we're not really missing out on, like, really crazy prospects, though. And, yeah, Delhaniuk was low top 6, so it's not like we really botched that pick. It's just there's not a lot of quality in the draft to start with. So, yeah, Braden Dexter would have been the pick. That's okay. Another ouch for sure. I mean, it is bound to happen, obviously. But, all right, on to the next one here. We've got either Aronson, Iginla, or Ott, one of those 3. And yeah, here, let's do a little comparison on those guys. So yeah, Brendan Eriksson, C's, D's, and an E on skating for him, so not super great there. 2 E's for Iginla, so he's probably going to be even worse. And then there's Neil Ott, who actually looks somewhat okay. Leadership ability, defensive zone play, and shot utilization. I really think we need to go with Neil Ott here. That's my pick out of those guys. I mean, yeah, we could go with Jordan Recchi too, but no, I think we're going with Neil Ott, especially since he can play both sides. So that's going to be our next pick. I'm not really going to reference the chat on this one because I need to make some bad picks too. It can't just be every single time that I'm like, hey chat, who do we take? And it's just a bad player because, like, it's not your guys' fault. Don't get me wrong. It's not your fault at all. It's just a bad draft to start with. But yeah, at 6'4", 198 pounds, we are going with Neil Ott here. All right, how good is he? Well, he's medium bottom 6 this time, so a slight improvement from last time. Oh my god. All right, well, we are off to a fabulously bad start, apart from, of course, Oleg Vasilyev, so that is what it is. And let's see how many, or if any, players we missed in round 6, because yeah, round 6 I'm like not expecting anybody to be good. Punenovs, of course, Punenovs that looked like a low AHL player is actually the low bottom 6 guy in the round. And that was it for that round. Yeesh, 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 yeesh. What a, not gonna lie guys, pretty bad draft here. Like there's no other way for me to really put it. Yeah, I got nothing else as far as how I'd want to describe how this draft went. It was just bad. That's it. All right, getting down to the tail end of the draft here. I'm so surprised Marcus Vidishek never got drafted. Like, he always looked decent. So yeah, anyways, guys, when am I streaming next? Check my community tab, Anderson Family. That's when we will be, I believe it's not tomorrow, but the day after is when we'll be streaming next. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. There is a full time and everything posted in there. And okay, guys, so for the end of this draft, we have got either Pablo Rodney, Maxim Kondrachev, who's probably not going to be anything legit, Igor Kagadorov, or I think there was one more. I might be wrong. I think that was it. Yeah, okay. That is it. I mean, watch this Jakub Spruev guy actually be low elite somehow. Like, that would just be so crazy. But yeah, guys, let's see, how far into the stream are we? We're an hour and 15 minutes or so. Yeah, okay. So what's probably going to happen is I'm probably going to cut these up into a few different episodes. It's probably going to be what happens more than anything else, because yeah, it's a live series, so it means we're playing in front of an entire audience. And all right, Rodney seems to be the pick. Yeah, well, 3 bars. I mean, there's a chance he is actually medium top 9. There's also a good chance with those 3 bars that he is a medium top 6, or sorry, medium bottom 6 again. So you know what? Yeah, we can go with Rodney. I think that's probably the best pick. Yeah, okay, Rodney seems to be the pick. So Pablo Rodney will be our final selection of the 2023 redraft here. And another medium bottom 6. Let's go. Oh man, can you guys remember the last time that I had a draft this bad? It's been a while, but that is okay. Just an absolute stinker of a draft overall. I mean, we got 2 good players right off the bat, which I cannot complain about. But yeah, 47 overall for 47 overall for Delmore is not amazing, but it's also not horrible in this draft. So yeah, there you have it. We'll see how Delmore does. And then, of course, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Oleg Vasilyev, is just going to be a beast and will probably be very good by the end of our first NHL season here. So let's just sit here and tediously sim through the last few picks because there's really not that many left. There's probably like 25 or so to get through. And I don't even stop unless I see some kind of potential, which means we're probably not going to stop until the very end of the draft. And yeah, like Olsen with a medium 7th potential is probably going to be the best player available in that 7th round, which is hilarious. I was looking at Buzas and he was okay. Kondrachev was okay. No, don't trade for that pick. No, thank you. We're not doing trades. But yeah, that was that was something. Like you look at how our picks shelled out here. It's just all medium and low bottom 6. Like we're gonna have so many bottom 6 players in the span of a few years if we didn't have scouts that yeah, it would be overwhelming. But fortunately, we're gonna get scouts, so that's gonna be something that we do. But yeah, we'll probably end up like. I'm going to keep streaming here for another little while at least for you guys, but we will end up cutting this at some point too. What a horrendous draft. I mean, I get it's kind of like a re-entry draft and you only really get top-end prospects at the very top of the draft. But man, that was bad. So, anyways, I'll finish off the draft. Bada bing, bada boom. Oleg Vasilyev and Ralph Delmore are the only 2 picks that have any hope and prayer of making the NHL. And then after that's it. That was it. All the other picks just did not pan out, which is okay. It's kind of how I expected this draft to go, honestly. But yeah, we have got quite the player on our hands coming up here. Oh god. Oh, Real Divinity. That is quite the comment. Vasilevsky. Oleg Vasilyev should wear number 1 for being your first ever. How about we go 11? I would be fine with doing 11 as far as first pick in our first draft. But yeah, 1 is just a little bit too awkward of a number for me.